it's been interesting what you were saying before about debt. Like I was in like a lot of college debt, and then my grandmother died, and like she helped me with that. It was a little bit. It was just like what the last $10,000 or something. I was like, okay, cool. Thanks, grandma. But really up until like 2 years ago, I was always in a state of constant, like huge credit card debt. Like I took one freaking trip to Italy in like 2013 and I was paying for it literally up until like 2 years ago. Like maybe 1 year ago. Maybe it was like I got out of debt during the pandemic because I was like home, not buying shit. And it's strange. And now my whole mentality has shifted. And I also grew up in a home where like I wasn't going hungry, but like I also wasn't like getting most of the shit that I wanted. It was a lot of hand-me-downs. It was a lot of money doesn't grow on trees, Chrissy. And I'd be like, Dad, you're a landscaper. It's literally what you do. So
I get that. I mean, even the thing what you said about Italy, like I remember taking a trip to Europe in like, I think it was between high school and college or something. And I put it on some credit cards. Or was it in college? I don't remember exactly when it was.
You just put it on credit cards. Like it's no big deal.
I was paying it forever, I remember. And it was just like, these things just, they follow you, and you can never really be free if you're like financially dependent. You're just, you're chasing paycheck after paycheck. You can't focus your energies and things you want to focus them on, or things that may be more productive or maybe more in line with what you want to pursue. You're just kind of stuck in this rut. And it does, you know, make people a lot more compliant. I mean, they're just trying
to like a little scared. You're scared of your own bills.
Yep.
If you're growing up in a family that promotes this like lack mentality, but also you have social media and you have the culture pushing the splurge mentality, pushing this you deserve it, girl, don't settle, you do you, self-care, right? It's like you're at odds with yourself, and at no point is anybody saying living like, I think Gary V is the first person I saw to sort of like popularize like making living within your means like sexy, you know, like making living within your means cool again.
Right.
And so it's like we have these people growing up in like these, you know, families, and you feel kind of broke, and then you work, you have money, you spend it all right away on a trip. And it's like, man, I took that trip with my freaking alcoholic boyfriend. And the whole time I was in Italy, I was worried about, I can't drink any wine. I don't want to trigger him. I had one glass of wine the whole fucking time I was in Italy. That still bugs me. I missed out on so much good wine, and I was paying for it until just a couple years ago. But the point is that now that I'm out of credit card debt, it's like this amazing switch happened where now I don't want to buy meaningless shit. I want to hoard my resources. I want to like spend as little as I can. It's so different. Like once you're out of debt, your whole life changes. It's like,
and you're safe. You're building for a future. You're not just spending in the now. I mean, they that's why, you know, they do promote the kind of culture where people are just, you know, keeping up with the Joneses and just spending, you know, money like it's going out of style, because like saving culture is boring culture. Like if you're saving money slowly to eventually, you know, buy a house, and then you're even more independent, or to start a business and then you're super more independent, you know, they don't want to promote that. They want to promote the people who are just, you know, living in the moment, spending, and it may be fun, but then you end up, you know, still being in the same position where you're always constantly, you know, a paycheck or three behind, and you're constantly just, you know, just struggling to get by. But they don't want to teach that it takes time, and you have to have patience, and you have to save, and you should, you know, save for the better times, and, you know, build financial independence. I mean, that's what they don't want. And that comes only through saving. So you can have your own property, have your own business, have your own sources of income. But they just want to promote the, you know, the Instagram lifestyle that's never really, you know, true to begin with. It's all just filters and BS, but that keeps people running on the hamster wheel.
And like, when you're a chick, like men don't care how recent your shoes and clothes are. Like I remember my 20s, I was like inundated with this, like, oh, I have to constantly be like buying new shit. And it's like, just find what looks good on you, stick with that, buy a few like uniforms, like so to speak, or like signature friggin' outfits, and then have your look, and then go on with your life, you know?
I mean, I think it's just a, you know, there's just a lack of, I think it comes back to what we were talking earlier, just like this lack of authenticity I guess, in society, and it's all part of kind of most people just want to default to going with the flow and not making waves and just, going along to get along and doing what the group does. And I think, corporations realize that, the state realizes that, and they use it to their advantage. And I think that's always going to be a problem in most human society. I think there was a period in time where that was, definitely lessened. But Western civilization has definitely taken a turn from the worst in recent years. So we're not there anymore. And the individualistic spirit that kind of founded the country is also kind of gone. And now it's really just a consumerist kind of conformist society. So we're shifting, and we're shifting in a bad way. And it plays out in all these things, whether it's how we deal with COVID or how we deal with credit card debt.